funny thing is when I first, agreed to do it, we had to get a team in place, and so we get a consultant because,
Mm.
that's how you do it. You have somebody come along and help you, and one of the first things my consultant, who was fabulous, but he said, "You might wanna tone down your faith," 'cause, I'm like, I had another my own, Instagram was Of Great Worth, which was the book I'd written, Of Great Worth, so it was all about God. So I just thought I thought, God never wanted us to do things without him, right? Whether it's in the marketplace or in education or in the business, he wants to be a part of everything we do. So there's no way I could take him out. He's so much intertwined in my DNA that there's no way I could do anything without him. So I thought, I can't leave him out. So my slogan was family, faith, and freedom. And so I just said, that's who I am. So I kind of put it out there, and believe it or not, I mean, not surprisingly, my opponent still attacks me about that.
Yeah.
But separation of church and state is not in the Constitution. That was a letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote, and so they're really, and it was never God's intention. He wants to be a part of everything we do. So I have put myself out there, but the one thing about that is it puts me on a, they're always gonna be looking to attack me. So when I have attacks from my opponent, which I did, and with each time I've run, I've had it, attacks. I do just, I don't engage in that, and I try to stay, just focused on what I'm doing
Mm.
and what I'm bringing to the table and what I have accomplished, and I really just try to ignore that. And, in fact, one of a dear friend of mine, Denise Gitsom, wrote a book, "Politics for People Who Hate Politics," and it's a great book.
I'll link it below on the
Yeah, please do, because I actually bought 140 of them
okay.
for every member of the House and every member of the Senate
Mm.
when I served the last time, right after it came out. But it's basically about how do you, when you do put yourself out there and you are a believer and you're an ambassador for Christ and you represent Christ, you are on a different playing field. And so how you respond really does matter. And so I've really I it's something it's always top of mind for me, and everything in my printed materials and interviews I do, and speaking, and how I serve with floor speeches and the legislation that I carry, everything is through, my faith, and it's a part of every single thing I do. And it's misunderstood by some, but and it's not, I'm not proselytizing. I'm not trying to make you believe that. I'm just saying this is my moral compass.
This is my worldview. This is
This is
coming
my
from.
exactly.
Well, and in Matthew 5:13, Jesus says we're salt of the earth and light
Yeah,
of the world. And I've done a lot of listening to sermons and breakdown of what salt is, and salt is a preserving agent, especially back in Jesus's time. So when he said that, people instantly knew, oh, as salt. And so as what you're doing is going to the highest, lamp, well, local. I guess you're more regional,
right,
but you're creating laws that will preserve our society and will help people. And actually,
right,
another component of salt is its seasoning, and it brings out life.
right,
And so you're being able to, like, I've always had a passion for music and film and artists who are influencing our culture. But I've always wanted to talk to someone who's in government and flavoring society and helping, society thrive because of the biblical views that are being infused into our laws. So
right.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I mean, it's hard, again, it's hard not to
Yeah.
just be who you are and bring that into it. So, and it is a calling. We are called to do that.
Mhm.
God's really clear.